Hey, I'm J.D Frost, and welcome to the Accountability Show. Please like and share this show. Comment below if you have a question about today's episode or in prior episodes. Please subscribe to the channel and be able to watch all these episodes. We are talking about how to build a firm accounting foundation in your business and in your life. And today we are discussing budgeting. Tim Story and I put together a course, and he called me the master of the B word. Which is budgeting. Nobody really likes to talk about budgeting because typically when you think about budgets, you think that, or I do too, I think of limitations. I think of shrinking. I think of boundaries, all the things that might cause me to not be able to grow my company. It's limiting. And it's not going to allow me to scale. This budget is going to cause me to contract. And what I want to try to do today is to help you get a new mindset about budgeting and about boundaries in general. Boundaries are a good thing. Boundaries allow us to have freedom. Boundaries allow us to create discipline in our life. And discipline around these boundaries will ultimately allow us to grow our companies and our lives as big as we want them to be. And so budgeting is a topic that is not very popular. It's not something that I practiced at one point in my business, and it ended up costing me quite a bit. I've always been taught from my parents, really, how important budgeting is. And when I was first married and I had a new career, was starting to earn some money, I had a budget. I wrote down every single dollar that I spent. I had an Excel spreadsheet where each month I would record all my different expenses into different categories. I knew exactly what my income was. I knew exactly where I spent too much money. And so the next month I was able to control my spending. And when you're controlling your spending, it doesn't mean that you don't want your income to continue to grow. It just means that you're creating some boundaries. These boundaries that we have in our country, I think of when I think of boundaries, I think of the interstate, I think of highways, I think of roads, I think of the rules of the road, I think of how to get to a certain destination. It requires me to follow a certain pattern. It requires me to follow a plan, a roadmap. So what a budget is your financial roadmap. You've got to first establish where you want to go in order to figure out how to get there. Just because you say that you want to make $10 million a year doesn't mean that a budget is going to eliminate your opportunity to get there. It's actually going to provide you the opportunity to get there. You can't just get there randomly. There has to be a plan. There has to be a roadmap. I've got an employee who she looks forward to her vacation every single year. She goes to the same place, and I bet you she knows exactly how to get there because she's identified that destination. She knows exactly what she needs to do with her dogs before she leaves. She knows what errands that she has to run before she gets there. She knows exactly what groceries to get. She's got the whole plan. It's because she has identified the destination and the timing in which it takes to get to that destination. Your budget is your roadmap to get to whatever financial destination that you have identified. And the first step is identifying what you want out of your finances. Do you want to save $100 a month, or do you want to spend $100 a month? Do you want to save $12,000 a year? Your budget will tell you exactly how to do that. Now, the thing of it is we're human beings, and we just do not want to have boundaries. I don't know. It's just outside of our genetics. It's just outside of, we should have this freedom. We should have the ability to do whatever we want to do. It just doesn't work that way. This has taken me a long time to understand that. It just doesn't work that way. And I'm being completely real with you. Your finances, your life, without boundaries is going to be chaos. Without accountability, there's no way that you'll ever stay within those boundaries that you create. So budgeting is extremely important and something that you need to implement immediately. In these later episodes of budgeting, the how, the why, we'll actually show you how to create your own budget as well in our final episode this month. But what I wanted to do today is to introduce this idea to you, to introduce the change in the mindset that boundaries are good, they are not limiting, they actually create freedom in your business. So please like and share this episode. Go to my podcast, the Daily Ledger Podcast, and subscribe to that. Please comment, give a review on that podcast, because this is the content that we want to be bringing to you. This is the content that I believe is going to allow you to build a firm accounting foundation in your business and your life. So please stay tuned to the next episodes and watch for how to create a budget next week.